hiking friends. I'm back on the AT. I am at the road where I stopped hiking with my friend Max, and I am headed 11.4 miles to the Glencliffe trailhead, which is where you head up Mount Moosilauke. It's gonna be a great day. I'm really excited because I got a shuttle from one of the camp counselors at the QSP, and I can do the hike one way. Hopefully it's not going to take more than 8 hours. Let's go. So far, the trail has been really nice. It's quite boggy and muddy, and I want to make good time today, so I am going to spend less time at these muddy spots and just let my feet go through the mud instead of slowing down to avoid the mud. I guess the hardest thing about it is it's a beautiful day, and when the sun is shining, it's so hard to just let yourself walk through the mud and the creeks and so on and so forth. But I gotta get over that. I almost didn't come out to hike today because yesterday when I was at work, I happened to glance over the shoulder of one of the nurse anesthetists, and she was looking at this event called the Proudy, and it is a big cycling event to raise money for cancer for Dartmouth, and the route completely uses the roads that I had to drive up on to get to the trail. And I was like, no, I don't want to not hike the trail. So I found their phone number and called to make sure that the roads were not going to be closed. I mean, logically, I didn't think the roads would be closed. You can't just close roads. If anything, it would just be like a slower traveling day. And we got to the trailhead, the Glencliffe trailhead where I parked my car at 8 o'clock in the morning. And there were so many people up here already on their bikes. It starts all the way down at Dartmouth and Hanover. Fast riders. But it was fine. It just slowed the traffic down, that's all. There's a low bridge. That looks like it could be new. I don't know. So far, the through hiker count for today is 10. 9 northbound and 1 southbound. Road. Let's see. Looking for the mile markers. Making good time. 4 miles to New Hampshire 25C. About 2 miles in, the trail starts to get steep. But so far, I have managed to hike 2.1 miles in 1 hour, which is really great. It's a very good pace for me, anyway. Reached the junction of the Ore Hill campsite. And Privy, it used to be a shelter, but apparently it burned down in a fire. There goes a little chipmunk. So, that's a shame. About the fire, not the chipmunk. I have to edit my through hiker count from 10 to 9 because the first group that I saw this morning, I couldn't remember if they were 4 or 5. Oh, hi. And now my official count is back to 10 because when I said, oh, hi, there was a southbound through hiker coming that I met. First time I'm witnessing trail magic. That is very cool. Crossing the road. Super, super cool. Well, that was definitely trail magic. Very cool. A man and a couple. The man thru hiked the trail. I don't know when, but his trail name is Granite State. And his wife, I think her name was Deb. And they've been out every weekend doing trail magic at different spots on the trail. And they offered me a cold beverage, which I did not turn down. And I was like, I'm just day hiking. And they're like, that's okay. So that was really great. And now I can let other thru hikers know that there's trail magic. If I see any southbound thru hikers. I've seen 2 today. Back into the woods. Next up is Mount Mist. 3 hours in, and the thru hiker count is up to 14. 10 northbound, 4 southbound. Also, my 53-mile backpacking trip is scheduled for 3 weeks from now. And compared to last week, this week, I'm filled with confidence that I can do it, and it's going to be a great trip. It'll be the longest backpacking trip that I've embarked on in my short 3-year career of backpacking, but Robert reminded me of the crazy trip that we took 3 years ago for my birthday, where we day hiked the Bright Angel Loop in the Grand Canyon with 5,000 feet of descent and then 5,000 feet of elevation gain. And according to the Hiker Project, it's 21 and a half miles, and we did it in 13 hours. I can do 53 miles in the whites. I think I can. I am still on my 2-mile-per-hour pace. 4 hours later, I have hiked 8.3 miles. And there's only about 3 miles to go, which is really good. Anyway, I'm walking between 2 flip-flop thru hikers now. Samwise and Rosie from Illinois. So I think that brings the count of hikers up to 18. 4 southbound, 2 flip-floppers, and 12 northbound. It's a veritable bubble. Made it out to Route 25. 10 miles in 5 hours. And I have about 1.5 miles left, 1.4 miles left. This has been a spectacular hike. Oh, I might have to cross this big creek, which is cool because I could use some more water. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, perfect. And it'll clean the mud off my shoes. Look at how pretty this is. That's the trail. Oh, this is so great. Okay, let's do it. And then I'll get some water. Oh, this feels so good. Oh. Whoa. Perfect. Oh, that's so awesome. I guess I could have gone in a more shallow spot, but whatever. Clean shoes for a minute at least. Right, this is the official boundary of the White Mountain National Forest. Look at how the tree is eating that sign. 1.4 miles from the Glencliffe Trail and the beginning of Mount Moosilauke and the end of my hike. Low bridge. I think the trail goes this way. Or might have been over there. Jeffers Brook. I love these bridges in the White Mountains. In the forest, they're substantial. Well, isn't this a thing? Six hours and 15 minutes later, and 11.7-ish miles. I have filled in all the gaps in the lower part of New Hampshire. This means that I have done the first 55 miles of the state, and now I can press north. I have set myself up to go north from Kinsman Notch, and I thought it was going to take me 8 hours, or I was hoping to do the hike in 8 hours. 6 hours later. That went really, really well. The terrain was not as strenuous as some of the other bits and pieces that I've done, and there were no epic views, just the beautiful green tunnel views. So I was focused today, you guys. Anyway, that's it for today. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like this video, hit the thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see y'all again next time out on the trail.